Krishna Anand, help us out. What she say?
Well, I think, for the first time, I think, unlike of Jayalalitha, she was very humble in the sense of thanking the people. But what is most significant is, here she had an alliance and she actually sort of, pushed out everybody. She won the last election in 2011. Everybody thought it's thanks to Vijayakant, and she pushed him out even before she was sworn in. But now, for the first time, probably in Tamil Nadu's history, 67, I see one of the Dravidian party, and that is the ADMK now, having swept the elections all on its own without a single political party.
43% of the vote share is what she has at this time.
And decimate, I think, it looks like she has decimated all these smaller parties. Which...
No, but interesting is that number 2 in terms of vote share is the BJP. The BJP, DMK, PMK, MDMK alliance is actually at number 2. In terms of vote share, they're at 17%. The DMK is at 16%. Others are at 17%, but that's a whole bunch of parties.
Amazing.
But the fact is, at number 1, you've got Jayalalitha, 38 out of 39 seats. That's huge. Yeah. Dhananjay, your opinion poll in Tamil Nadu, all messed up.
Yeah, DMK would be 3rd. That was something that the poll didn't estimate.
In terms of vote share?
In terms of vote share.
That's huge.
And Dr. Lahiri and I were just remembering that when I first came up with the numbers, he was very anxious that how could DMK and AIDMK together get 33 seats.
64% vote share for the BJP in Gujarat. Dr. Lahiri, what does this mean? Gujarat is usually 50-50, thereabouts, or was before Modi dominated Gujarat. But now 64%, 2 out of 3 people who voted in Gujarat voted for Modi.
In company boards, you have a super majority, which is 67%. What we are seeing is that it's coming close to that. Gujarat is just a sweep. In fact, in India Today Cicero poll, which I was also involved, we predicted 25 or 24, 23 to 25.
We said 24 to 26 and
26.
gave 55% votes. But even 55% votes is less, and
it's 9% off. 64 at this time. That might change, of course. Is huge. Simi Pasha is currently reporting from Varanasi, where there are lots of laddus being distributed. In fact, there have been so many laddus. We haven't had any lunch. We missed on our breakfast as well. Now we really need to get the next BJP leader who comes to our studios. Bring a box of laddus. Simi Pasha, take it away.
Should come back with laddus.
मोदी बनारस आएंगे कल तो हम लोग जरूर लड्डू लेके पहुंचेंगे वहाँ पे उनका इंतजार हम लोग का
और नीता जी आप भी कल से डिब्बे पैक कर रही हैं बहुत ही मेहनत से काफी काम मिला है आपको मोदी जी से आप बताइए वोट किसको दिया था और लड्डू किसके लिए बना रही हैं
जी हम मोदी जी को ही वोट दिए थे और मोदी जी के लिए ही ये लड्डू बन रहा है और हम लोग दिल से चाहते थे कि मोदी जी ही जीते और बीजेपी ही जीते
और हर डिब्बे पे आपने मोदी जी की फोटो भी लगा रखी है. These are boxes that have been prepared by Anupam Sweets here. There's a photograph of Narendra Modi and BJP's earlier Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee on these boxes. They will be distributed by BJP party workers in the city of Varanasi. So hectic preparations are on in this kitchen. Silent preparations are on. The big announcement expected by evening. But as far as these people are concerned, they believe that Narendra Modi has already won the battle and they're only waiting for the sweets to be distributed.
Those are the only laddus that are selling today in Varanasi. Narendra Modi center stage, Atal Bihari Vajpayee reduced to a postage stamp on the side. Massive laddu wave across the country. Lalita Kumaramangalam from the Bharatiya Janata Party is joining us on this broadcast. Thank you very much, ma'am, and welcome. But before that, I want to take our viewers through the numbers from Uttar Pradesh. Let's just take a look at how decisive the Uttar Pradesh tally has been in favor of the BJP. Because most polls had predicted about 55 odd seats for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Instead, the BJP has actually done much better than the most bullish predictions. 68 seats. 57 is what they had in joint Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand and UP taken together. If you remove the 5 seats of Uttarakhand, they would have been down to 52. This is 15 seats more than their best, which is huge. Just look at that. The rest of Uttar Pradesh has been reduced. Amit Shah, and he's sent me an SMS, he's promising to join us this evening. He is the victory man, the miracle man.
Rahul, if you recall, even he didn't expect such a victory.
That's true.
He said 60.
You met him with me in Varanasi.
And we said 50, he said 60. And even his expectations have been surpassed. This was my fear, that when you have a wave, you can err on both sides. It's a huge wave, and I have no difficulty in conceding that we underestimated the wave.
And look at the seat conversion. Look at the multiplier.
42% is the vote share of the Bharatiya Janata Party. For a party that was earlier at 18, they have more than doubled their vote share. Essentially meaning that this is cutting across caste. They've stitched together a social coalition, which is incredible.
But that's actually, as I said before, the definition of a wave is a vote that cuts across caste, that cuts across normal social barriers. What's most interesting to me about the Uttar Pradesh victory is that when the BJP has done better in Uttar Pradesh, when it's come out of nowhere, it's always had a vaguely emotional appeal. There's always been something about Ram Janmabhoomi, something about Hindutva. The significance of this victory is that they've done it without Hindutva, without Ram Janmabhoomi. They've done it on the basis of appealing to people's aspirations. I think there's a lesson. Yeah,
Veer, that's not true.
you did on Hindutva?
No. The highest we've had was in 98.
Right.
And 98 was not Hindutva. In fact, let me reveal something here. The polarized politics has never helped BJP. To 92, you lose 93.
Okay.
96, you lose. 2002, you lose 2004. So this entire thesis of polarized politics helping BJP is a humbug.
And this one proves it. And
42% vote share in favor of the BJP. The Congress and the RLD down to 11%, the SP at 23, the BSP at 19. Everyone else reduced to a shambles. We've seen what's happening in the BJP, that Narendra Modi's elevation was bitterly opposed by the Advani camp. They never believed this was going to happen. Even now, he's not fully prepared to attribute this victory to Narendra Modi. He says it needs to be assessed. What was the impact of Modi's leadership? How much did the Sangh cadre who worked on the ground contribute to this victory? Is he not being gracious enough in Modi's victory? That's the question. Or is it just a case of sour grapes because he never got this opportunity? Or are we being unfair and mean to the man who created this party? I want to go across to Siddharth Birla, President FICCI. Corporate India has big hopes from Narendra Modi. Now that the BJP is at 278 seats, do you really think for corporate India and the India growth story, अच्छे दिन आने वाले हैं, Mr. Birla?
Well, we're still waiting for the final numbers to come in, but based on the trend so far, NDA is clearly the biggest winner, and that is a very healthy sign as far as we are concerned, in the sense that we have been asking, or we have been hoping, that whichever government comes into power comes with a significant majority, that they can take their decisions and push through policies which will be in the interest of national development. I think from the corporate sector, let us look at this election in two parts. That the key agenda of NDA has been, or BJP and Mr. Modi, has been unnati or development. I think it is a development agenda on which this election has gone forward.
Okay.
And sorry.
No, go on. We're listening to you. But just hold your thought for a moment. The entire state has been painted orange, and all across the state there's a saffron wave. Remember last time the Congress had 11 seats. They've lost all those 11 seats. The BJP has picked up all the 26 seats of Gujarat. The man of the moment, the man of the hour, Narendra Modi. Will there be a change in Gujarat's politics, Dr. Lahiri, if Narendra Modi were to move to the center? Will the Congress be able to make a comeback then, or do you think Gujarat is saffronized in the way that some Republican states in the United States and some states in the US are Republican states and dominated almost forever? Will it be the same this way?
I mean, whatever little I know about Mr. Narendra Modi, he's an organization man. He grew up from the organization. I think he is very familiar with the BJP party structure in Gujarat.
Yes.
And I believe he works 18 hours a day. So I'll be very surprised if he lets Gujarat slip out. But one of the important things I also want to bring to your notice, I was noticing that it's after 1984 that a party has got an absolute majority to rule India. So it's after a period of 30 years precisely that the country has voted for a party to have an absolute majority to rule India, which is a very significant...
No, but I want to go back to Siddharth Birla on the question that we were asking him about corporate India, the high expectations, the heightened expectations, and whether he believes that Narendra Modi will be able to live up to the level of expectations he's built. Given how high expectations are, do you think Modi will be able to deliver as per your expectations and the expectations of those who voted for him, sir?
Okay, I'll just divert for a second. We just spoke about ruling India. I think the key expectation that all businessmen and all young citizens have is that India needs to be governed, not ruled. So I think that is first. And with Mr. Modi and the BJP promising that we will have minimum governance, minimum government and maximum governance is what we are really looking forward to. Secondly, I think what we have seen so far from Mr. Modi is a roadmap for development on a wide-ranging roadmap. I think the key to understand is his implementation and his decision-making capabilities and governance capabilities, which our previous speaker also spoke of. And therefore, one places great reliance on that track record of governance, decision-making and implementation to take the development agenda forward. As far as expectations, I think the key is that expectations will also have to be managed. Because we've been repeatedly saying there is no magic wand that something will happen tomorrow morning and everything will suddenly turn hunky-rosy. So I imagine that we have a very short period in which a roadmap can be laid out, the initial decisions that are required to kickstart things start happening.
Okay.
And we can see the results, we can see the results being delivered from a period of, let's say, 6 months to 24 months, you'll see the tangible deliveries come in. So I think management of expectations is also going to be very important.
I'm going to leave it over there, Mr. Siddharth Birla. Thank you very much for joining us with your thoughts. You're, of course, being very realistic, unlike the markets that seem almost orgasmic with the Modi victory crossing 25,000 there on 7th heaven. And they just want to stay there. How much of that is just hyperbole and how much is reality?